Hello YouTubers, welcome to Life Smart Education's YouTube channel. So happy to be here with you today. I'm Patricia, aka P Dinah.
I'm JD, aka JD.
Good. All right, Mr. JD. So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about a young man who quit his job at Home Depot after only 2 days. But there's kind of a good reason why. I understand why. He just went about it the wrong way. So apparently he quit his job. He got a job at Home Depot and he got hired on the spot, and he talked to the hiring manager who told him, he asked when he could work. He says, when are you available? And he told him, I'm available kind of whenever, or I think it went, he said, what do you have available? And he says, well, we have 6 to 2. Because he didn't want to work the late shift, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the hiring manager agreed. Okay, we could do 6 to 2. And no Sundays. He didn't want to work Sundays because he goes to church and he has family obligations. So he said, go down and talk to the scheduling manager. And the scheduling manager said no. And they wanted him to work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
He's like, I need 1 day off.
Yeah.
But the scheduling manager said, well, we can't do that. You have to work Sundays. And you have to work like 6 to 2 on 3 days a week. And then on the other 3 days, you have to work late night. And he told the manager, he's like, no, that doesn't work for me. I need a more consistent schedule, which is reasonable.
It is reasonable. I think they took advantage.
Because he's a young man.
Because he's a young man and he is like not experienced. But at the same time, I think he went about leaving his job the wrong way. Let's take a listen.
It's Tuesday. It's Wednesday right now. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock come up. Still haven't got out of my car. It's 6 o'clock. I'm looking at the spot. 6:05. Still haven't went in. Man, fuck this shit. I grab my vest. I grabbed my shit, turn my car, or no, I kept my car on, shut my door, walked in. Now y'all probably wondering why I walked in. Just listen to the story. So I walk in, and the lady, one of the ladies that I had was kind of helping me also with training and stuff, was talking to me. She's like, oh, hey, and she said my name. She's like, hey, I think she called me Marcus. My name ain't Marcus. She said, hey, Marcus, how are you doing this morning? I was like, I'm doing good. That's all I said. I ain't even say, how you doing back? I'm like, I'm doing good. I walked in. I think she knew I was about to just throw my shit up and quit. I think that she knew I was about to do that. So I ended up going back to the back. I see the goofy dude that was talking about something. Well, usually him. I see him. He says hi. I didn't say nothing to him. I go to the locker, open the locker, throw the stuff in there, shut the locker back, walk straight out. Got to my car, turned my car on, drove back home, laid back in my bed right there, and went to sleep. I swear to God I did. They was calling me. They left me voice messages talking about some, hey, this is something from Home Depot. We're just wondering why you didn't come in today. Didn't care, bro. I blocked their number, all type of stuff, bro. I did not care, bro. I was not going back. And I know that's, I don't want y'all to do that, bro. Don't do that to nobody. When you get hired somewhere, work, bro. Just work at least, you know what I'm saying, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, bro. Just work, bro. Just grind through it. Get y'all money. But with me, bro, I wasn't finna work there. They got me bent, bro. They, like, if they would have just followed the command, like what my simple demand of, I don't want to work Sunday, I probably would have been working. I don't think I would have been working there that long, but I would have been working there for a good little minute because it's like I needed the job. But they just wasn't really doing. I literally asked them, said no Sundays. They still scheduled me, and then I talked to him, and he was like, "Well, you're scheduled, so you have to come in." Yeah, bro, if you're dumb, that's not how you keep employees, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I ended up quitting on basically my third day. Even though I'm gonna title this first day because I thought it was my first day, but then I remembered I worked another day after that, and then I drove to go in, and then I quit that day. I didn't even work that day. I just went in, threw my stuff in there, and left.
Okay,
So what's your take?
My
Okay,
whole
so
take
you
is
said-
my husband looked at this and he thought that kid was completely wrong. But I push back because I think when kids are wrong, they're wrong. But also when they're right, they're right. And I think this kid was reasonable. Look, they didn't listen to what his request was. He was willing to work a consistent shift with a day off. They took complete advantage. But the one thing I didn't like, this is where the kid is faulting. This is where social skills come in, okay?
Right.
This kid came in with an attitude. He didn't want to speak to nobody. He didn't want to say hi, hello. He was just there to do his job and leave. That's wrong. You may not want to be there or like people, but you have to give common courtesy. Am I right?
You're right. So what's that term you use? Emotional?
Emotional intelligence.
Right.
We have to have emotional intelligence.
But he was 20. So we
he-
all don't have that kind of...
Yes, you need to. I think that's a kid that is like 5.
So
5 years old
right.
can say, I'm not speaking to nobody,
Right.
you know.
So is this something that you would teach your children?
Yes, I would teach my children. If I saw them, I would be like, you better shape it up.
So your daughter works?
Yeah, my daughter works, and I tell her, you be nice. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how miserable you are. You put a smile on your face and you do your job and you do it right. That's the impression you need to leave, regardless.
So he went to work that day, but something happened when he was on his way in. I think he had like an epiphany.
No, they had big, heavy boxes that he had to lift.
Oh, he said because at night. No, it was cold.
And it was cold. He was like...
outside in the cold. And he was like,
I'm miserable. I don't want to do this. And he laughed. He just laughed. Come on now.
So just as in the last episode, we were talking about stealing the car. And
Yeah.
I told you the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did the same thing when I was 20.
Right.
Quitting my job.
Yeah.
I just didn't show up for work. I didn't have that... What do you call it?
Emotional intelligence. You always
Forget that.
Because you're not used to using it, that's
Right.
why.
Emotional intelligence to go in and say, hey, I'm not happy here. Because when you have to learn to communicate with people, and some people will listen,
Yeah.
some people won't. But unless you ask, you'll never know what person you have.
Exactly, yeah. So kids just gotta learn how to suck it up.
But these big
Suck it up.
big box stores, they do things like that.
Yeah.
They lure you in, promise you the sun and the moon and
Yeah,
the star.
yeah,
And when
yeah.
you get in there, they're like, well, we can't. That happened to me with a schedule.
Yeah.
I told you that with my boss, we had it in writing.
Yeah.
I can only work every other Saturday.
Right, yeah.
So this was so the next day I was supposed to, the following week I was supposed to have off that Saturday. And he put me on the schedule anyway. And I went upstairs and told him, we had an agreement. We have it in writing.
Yes.
A document.
Yes.
And he said, well, I have no other recourse. I'm like, well, you need to find another recourse because I won't be here.
At least you can remember that word recourse. Because that was in your brain when he told you he didn't have another recourse. And you like, oh, I'm going to remember that word.
That's the trauma I had.
Yeah, the trauma around the word is why you remember it.
Exactly. I had trauma. I was traumatized.
Because it sounds like you are doing the word for word. He said I had no other recourse.
So I
Yeah.
associate that with my trauma of work.
Yeah.
So anyway, he took me out. He took me off for that Saturday. But see, that's that emotional intelligence.
Intelligence. Yeah. How you reacted.
I reacted. I was very mature.
Yes.
Acted like an adult.
Yep.
So I was how old then? I was 20. God, I don't know. I think I was in my late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
That I did that. Let me see. 25 in 1992. I was 20. Yeah, about almost 30.
30. Okay.
So I grew as an adult.
Your reactions to things that you didn't like. Yeah.
Right. But see, he didn't have that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can understand. So it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all,
All bad.
all
yeah.
bad for him. But
but still, it seems like kids don't want to work. It seems like people in general don't want to work.
I don't want to work.
There's an epidemic.
You wanna work?
You don't want to work?
I don't wanna work.
Well, but you got to. Unless you got a rich uncle or auntie, you got to work. So all those kids out there, unless you got a rich relative, get your butt up, go to work, and be nice about it.
Right.
Stop being immature. You got to learn to rise above those emotions, because you never know who is there that could get you in a better position or
Right.
can help you later in life. You have to protect your relationships with the people you come in contact with.
And these are the things we teach at LifeSmart.
These are the things we teach at LifeSmart Education.
Conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution, learning how to deal with conflict,
Conflict.
things you don't like, and having these important social skills, because I think kids are lacking very important social skills to help them navigate the world, especially once they turn 18. It's like going out into the world, get a job, make something of yourself. So
I think the kids that want to work, but even I worked at Burger King. I wanted to work. I was motivated because I wanted money.
Yeah.
I got tired of waiting for my mom to buy me things.
right, but you can
know?
still want money and not know how to act on the job.
And that's what I was getting to. I
Yeah.
still had, what did I do one time? My friend, and this is like a teenager kind of frame of mind. My friend, couple of my friends were going over to our other friend's house to watch cable TV because we didn't have cable.
Okay.
So we were gonna have movie night at the friend's house.
Okay.
But I had to work.
So you were mad, huh?
I was dang. So I just didn't show up for work.
Are you serious?
I didn't call it. I didn't call. No call, no show.
Oh no.
So my boss called. I was kind of waiting outside for my friends to leave. I wasn't in the house. I was kind of outdoors, and I was just gonna go for my. Anyway, my mom called. She came down the street, saw me outdoors. She's like, "We
How you
just
didn't
got."
have your butt at work?
My boss called,
Yeah.
trying to find out where I was.
And your mom answered the phone?
No, yeah, she answered the phone.
Yeah.
She came down the street looking for me. She's like, "Why don't you have your butt at work? Your boss just called here, and you're not at work."
And what did you say?
I told him, I was like, "Well, Liz, my boss. Liz said I could."
You lied.
I lied. I said, "Liz told me I could have the day off." So they called Liz, and Liz said, "No, I didn't." She said, I didn't even call here."
You were a bad child. The realization of who you were as a child is really coming to mind now.
Yeah, you're getting. So yeah, I couldn't go to my friend's house. I got
you went to
reprimanded.
work, so you mom
No,
took...
it was too late to work.
Oh, it was...
Because I worked like 4 to 8.
Oh, okay.
So by the time I was like 7:30. But when I felt bad when I went back to work because it was a manager that I really liked.
Oh.
She was very cool, but she didn't hold it against me.
She did.
No, she was very cool, and I felt bad. Every time I would see her, I would think about that time. I lied. I said, Liz said I could have a day off. And I was wondering, every time she looked at me, what she was thinking. Yeah, she turned out to be cool. So I did that.
Okay, well.
And I was 16.
You were 16.
See?
Yeah. That sounds like it's something a 16-year-old would do. Yeah.
Because I wanted to go to my friend's house and watch cable TV.
Yeah. Cable TV. That was all the rave, huh?
Well, that was new.
Yeah.
And we were the only area that didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was bumming.
Unbelievable. Your mom was like, "Where you at? Why you ain't at
Go to
work? Checking you."
I know you got a story or two. You can't have been like Yes,
I went
you do.
to work every time I was supposed to go
No,
to
I'm like
work.
other things. You've got a story. Come
No,
on. You don't?
I don't.
You were the perfect child.
I was the perfect
Really?
angel.
Were you really? I don't think so. There's no perfect teenager. You try to come off as this angel. Yeah.
I am an angel. Don't you see my little halo? Don't you see it?
Is that what that thing is?
That's what it is. There's a halo up
I thought it
there.
was horns.
Now, you know I'm not bad.
No, you're not bad, but
Yeah.
as a teenager, you must have done something.
Well,
I think you need to delve into your mental Rolodex and find out what it is.
Okay, well, as we do more of these stories, it might come up. So stay tuned to find out. Maybe there's something that is recalled in my brain, and I'll remember that time when I did this.
So I'm going to log in. privately.
Yes.
You all, I'm gonna tell you, cause she's gonna tell me.
Yes, I'll tell you once it comes to mind. I'll mention it.
I think you need to work on that too.
Okay.
Cause every teenager's done something.
Okay.
You can't tell me you've never done anything really.
Not that was really bad, no.
Semi bad. You got semi bad?
No.
Y'all.
I'm telling you, my parents didn't have no problems with me. Now my sister, that's another story for another day.
Right.
So we'll talk about that.
But there's always one. If you have 5 kids, there's always one.
There's always one. Okay, well, we'll figure out. Maybe there was a chance that I have done something that I don't recall at the moment. So we'll think about it then.
Okay.
All right, so thanks so much for everyone watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, ask a question, support our new channel, Life Smart Education, as we help to bring important life skills, social skills to underserved youth. And if you want to donate to Life Smart, click the donate button and support the work that we do.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Really.
Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.